Thank you. All right, so welcome on court. We're going to grab Neil here in a second. All right, what I want to just go through really quickly is just some of the things that are fun to have in your treasure trove of for working with kids. Some of it's kids only, some of it's adults, and most of it is both. Okay, so one of the things I've done here is set up an obstacle course. And this is something that the kids can help set up, and this is something that they like to set up. Once you start doing this, the kids get upset when it's not there. Coach Ellen, where's the obstacle course today? Oh, I thought we'd do something different, right? So, but in any case, all of this has meaning. You can do whatever you want, but you just have to stay true to some of the things that will hold meaning for your students. So I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to go really slow through it and talk through it just so you can see it. If you come out just a little bit, you can see, so this could be a warm-up for kids. I put our adult red ball people through it. You could do this with older kids. They all love doing it. This has meaning. The yellow dot is always a split step. So anytime they see that, they're going to split step. The red, R is right foot, right? Red, R. So that's going to be right foot. This one is left foot. It could be any color. It could be blue. It could be purple, whatever. So split step, left foot, right, 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 left, split, right, right. This has to stay consistent for the kids so they understand it. So like I said, if you do red always with the right foot, they get it. That yellow one is always a split step, left foot there. The ladder, do what you want. It cannot be walking though. Okay, whatever you want to do so the kids could side shuffle through here. Okay, I have kids that'll hop on one foot. This is a hop, and this is weave through the cones. Some of the kids will do this. You can ask them to side shuffle. Okay, this is a move the ball. Okay, you could switch hands. Okay, you could say to the kids, I want your outside foot with the hand, switch over, match the foot with the hand. And then I could do this again. I could do karaoke, or I could do in out, whatever I want to do with the kids. Karaoke is a challenging one. So that's a good one. Great warm-up activity. So what things do you see in here from a learning standpoint that would be good for a player doing tennis? Footwork. Big one. This one is what? What do you think this is? Yeah. Tennis is often played off of one foot, right? And so a lot of it's balance. Get the kids, once they can do this, go through it as fast as you can. See if they can do it. It's coordination too, right? Do I see the dot? I know my foot needs to go there. Can I do it? Ladder, we talked about footwork, right? What about the hurdles? Yeah, jumping. Think about like the precursor potentially to plyometrics where they're working on jumping. What about the cones? In and out, you could go forward. So I didn't even do it, but you could do something like this, where the kids are going through and you say, I want you to go all the way around there and then come through like that. You could do whatever you want here. Or you could say to the littlest of kids, which are little 4-year-olds, they look like this. Okay, and that's fine because that's what they can do. What about this? Yeah. And this could be, if we move it out a little further, it could become the crossover step, right? It could be here. I want you to cross over. If we make it a little wider. Pick up the ball, cross over, okay? So you're picking up a little bit more higher skill footwork, I think that you were talking about, SB, with some of your players. This again, come up with something different. So you're pulling on creativity with the kids. Come up with something. I don't care what it is. And a lot of times we'll split this up and we'll just do ladder work. And we play Simon Says. All the little kids know how to play Simon Says. And you're like, okay, you're the leader. Okay, Coach Ellen says you have to hop on one foot. And then if you're going next, you know, if everybody goes, and then you're up next, Ian would be like, okay, Ian says you have to hop like a bunny rabbit, right? So all these are activities. You can break them apart. You can put them back together. You can add more, okay? The hurdles, you could hop over those sideways if you wanted to, right? So I could take the hurdles and say, all right, I want you to get to the hurdles and I want you to jump sideways. And you could have a whole slew of them. You could put something here and they just keep going around in a box. This is a great activity. So what I want you to do, and you don't have to go through it fast, I just want you guys to go through it and just do it, because I know it'll sit in your head really well if you do it. So what we need to do, and I just also want you to see how the timing works on this. Usually what we do, either with the kids or adults, is tell them, if Ian is behind me, he has to wait until I get through the dots. What we want to try to do is avoid the kids bunching together. You'll get a fast kid coming behind a slower kid, and then it gets all, so we don't want to do that. So you want to give it a try? I'm only going to have you go through it once, but try it. Come up with your own stuff. See how it works with you. So just remember, what's our red?
Right.
That's our right foot. Green is whatever color here is our left. Split step. All right, you're off to the races. I'm going to leave it pretty open-ended. Yep, so you can head through. Good, hop through sideways, good. 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 See if you can do a crossover step now. Yeah, there you go. So it's a crossover right out of the gates, good. Good. And so if you were going through it again, you might try to do it faster. Hey, can I pick up the pace a little bit and do it? And then again, as you go through, I would say to the kids, I'd like you to come up with something different now, again, for your ladder.
Like maybe, it's a little crazy, but maybe do backwards, you know?
Yeah, hey,
Well
you have to do that. Yeah, and you're welcome to go through it again and try it out, but any of that stuff is good. Bouncing one foot, and you'll see the young kids trying to hang on to their balance, and so all of this, and you know, just get them to do it. And this is where you see how well they move.
That one's actually one of the ones. We used to do it when I was younger, but I think with the high schoolers that my dad and I are dealing with, because they hate just getting low, period. So having them do that.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you something real quick. Yeah, it's a good point. Hang on. Yeah, what do you think, though? You think people would like it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it just changes it up, and yeah. Yeah, it's great.
William look worse than you.
So one of the things, this is a true story. So I don't know if some of you know the name Mark Kovacs, but if you go online, you can Google him. He's a former tennis player, Australian guy, done a ton of stuff for the USTA in sports science and training athletes, especially player development, high performance pro players and whatnot. But one of the things I was in a couple of his workshops, and one of the things that he says is one of the biggest determinants of speed in a player is being able to do this. It's super simple. It's crossover and be able to cover your angles and just being able to move, as you were saying. And you could have kids doing a station of this in a high school practice. You know, give them time, set timers and get them to go. And then push them a little bit. How many can you get in a minute? You know, how many could you do? It's also conditioning. You know, so again, this could be for your higher level kids. That's for your lower level kids, you know, or even from some of your adults. And as Ian said, you know, this is hard because you're getting them to get low. Yes, you are. You're getting them to pick the ball up off of their outside leg, which they're eventually going to need to be able to hit off of. So you're working a lot of stuff. They don't need to know it. You just do it. But this is your underlying foundation that you want to build upon. And it's super easy. Like I said, if you get kids who come early, let them set up. You know, they'll come out here, they'll be like, oh, I got a really good activity. Can we do this? Sure, as long as they don't get hurt, right? So that's one of them. So what I want to show you real quick now is we can take this down really quickly, or just pick it up real quick, because I want to show you some other activities where we use the court. So we're good with this. And once we put it up, I'll show you what we'll do with it. Those are Williams, yeah. Just the green ones are mine, so we can pull those out. He has much better ones than I do. All right. Yeah, the green ones go there. Thank you. So yes, didn't take long at all to take that up. Doesn't take long at all to set it up.
William didn't pick up
But that's what your class would be, right? If everybody picks up something, we're done. Less than 20 seconds. So yeah. So I know you talked about footwork, and you said that this is something that's challenging for your players. And these are different things that you could have. I have a lot because they're meaningfully different. That's a ball, a Walmart ball. Okay. You can get playground balls. A lot of PE teachers have playground balls. A lot of schools have equipment. So if you can get in their treasure trove of PE stuff, or make friends with the PE department or the athletic director, you can get a hold of a lot of these things if you're at a school. What do you think about these balls? What makes them different? Size, yeah, yeah. This one is the red one in my hand is actually the lightest one, and it's going to float more in the air. So if you do activities with this, the kids are going to have to move more because if it's windy, it's going to move more. This one has a little bit more weight to it, so it'll be a little bit more stable. But what do you notice about it? Yeah, it's got the little bumps on it, so you can grip it kind of easy. This one is going to be what? This one's going to be fast. This is going to be the fastest of the balls. So you could use these for high school players. But what I talked about earlier with footwork, we're going to stay on that as part of warm-up, this is a great game to teach footwork and movement, and actually underlying tennis. We'll do kind of a progression on it, just real quick to show you how you could use this for different levels of players. But what we'll start out. Let's do this. Let's do it for right now. If I can have 3 people, 1 in each, we're going to pretend this is a service box here. I'm going to be here, 1 person there, 1 person here, 1 person here. We're just going to do a quick demo, and then you'll all get to do it. Okay? So I'm going to put you back just a little bit, Ian. I'm going to ditch this ball. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to try to toss the ball back and forth to different people. You can't toss it to the same person twice. You have to keep moving it around, okay? But we're going to toss it straight ahead. It's going to be you 2 and then us. We're kind of a team, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to start with the ball low and toss from low to high. So for you, Henry, I'm going to toss the ball low to high. This would be my backhand, right? If I'm right-handed, this is my forehand, okay? So we're just going to move it around. You have to get the ball in 1 bounce and throw it across our white net right here. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Yep. Good. Yeah. See if you guys can toss straight. Yeah, good. Do it again. See if you can toss straight ahead to Henry. Toss straight ahead. Good. Yeah. Good. But you see what I mean by the wind? This ball is going to be a little bit flightier. All right. So, and that's just something you have to be aware of. So maybe keep the kids a little closer initially. Go ahead, throw it again. Let's throw it straight ahead, either cross court or down the line. Here we go. Good. All right. Now let's swap that out. I'm going to have you jump in there. Neil, you're going to start with our big green ball real quick. Let's see how this one performs. And we're tossing straight ahead. This is our net, okay? So you're tossing straight ahead, but you got to change direction. In other words, if you toss it to Ian, the next ball you have to get it to SB. All right, here we go. Good. Yep, maybe back up just a little bit, you guys, because I think you guys can throw pretty big. Good. Nice. All right, good. So let's hold it there. What did you all do right now in terms of footwork? You turned? Really good. So you had what would be your turn, your unit turn. What else did you do in terms of footwork? Yeah, you took a step forward. This is really important to teach novice players because they don't know how to use their balance yet, and so you're teaching them how to use their body weight and how to transfer weight into the shot. I guarantee you, if you watch Djokovic and some of the best players in the world, you are going to see those same shots, okay? So just steer clear of the open stance hitting initially. Let them use the correct legs. And again, to your point earlier, SB, keep doing these activities, and then when they go to hit, tell them, what do we do in big ball tennis? You know, what are we trying to do with our footwork? Hold them accountable. So you're not teaching the same thing over and over again. This is in their heads. They know how to do it. hold them accountable to it, okay? Now, let's go over the net. We're going to switch out balls. We're going to do this really quickly. We're going to put you and SB on the other side. We're going to play service box to service box with the colorful ball, all right? Now, you all know how to play now, okay? You know how to play. This is a competitive game, okay? What's going to happen now, as soon as I catch the ball wherever I am, I have to throw the ball. The alleys are out. The boxes are good. You have to throw, you two, our team, over the net, not side to side, over the net, one bounce. Okay? All right? So how many bounces? One bounce.
So not out of the air.
Nope, nope. You can't get out of the air. You got it. That's a good question. One bounce. All right? What about the alleys? Are they good? They're out. How are we throwing the ball? Sideways, low to high. Okay? We are going to play the first team to get 3 points. This is competitive. Wherever you get the ball, you got to get rid of it immediately. You can do whatever you want to win the point. Okay? You're a starter. Score 0-0. Here we go. Okay, so 1 point here. You guys are too nice. This is mean big ball tennis. Come on. All right, 1 here. Come on, let's go. Be tactical. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, nice. Good. Good. All right, 2. All right, we got the energy going now. All right, we're going to do it's 2-0. Come on, team. Come on, Team SB. All right, here we go. Oh. Good job. So what happened there? What started to happen in that game?
They started hitting short balls.
Yeah, I saw a high ball going back deep, and you asked the important question. I said no balls can be caught in the air. You have to let it bounce. So what did you have to do when that high ball came to you? Yeah, you had to step back a little bit and let it bounce and play it. All right, we're going to play 1 more point. Okay, 1 more point. And the ball has to bounce twice. Okay? So we're going to let you guys start it. Ball has to bounce twice. Same thing. Tactical game. Be mean. Do whatever you need to do. You got to get it in the service box. Alleys are out. Here we go. 2 bounces. Here we go. Good, good. So what happened there? That's okay. It was good. It was good. That was a good point. Awesome. What happened there? Yeah, what was the strategy change? Yeah, so to push them further back, right? Because now they got to throw the ball underhand. They might not get it over the net like this, right? Yeah, very little option for drop shots, but high balls. But you also instinctively made space for the ball. Lots of kids can't do that. Lots of adults can't do that. And making space is super important, right? It goes back to, am I ready to hit the ball and have I given myself proper space? Remember how we said that the whole shot circle is going to break down if I'm too close to the ball or I haven't moved enough? So yeah, totally, same game. It's totally different for a different purpose. We have another variation of that where the kids call it out and they say 1 or 2. And before the kid tosses it or the adult, they call out 1. That means it's 1 bounce, 2 that it's on 2. And then there has to be, you want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, but you got to call it out seriously as you're about ready to throw the ball. Okay, here we go. We'll do 1 more. Anything goes. Whatever you want to do goes. Here, we'll do it again. But you're starting to see what we're talking about. And this is going to push the kids who don't want to move. No, yeah, keep going. Keep going.
You know what I did wrong?
What?
I went straight back.
Yeah, you went straight back. But again, think about your players who are going to do that, right?
That's
So
right.
if you're roaming around helping them, and you would say, okay, what would you do if you did it again?
Right.
Oh, I would have
I
to
would
make
go
sure
back
I
like
go
this.
back like this and let the ball keep it in front of me, but to my side, right? So, all right, let's try it again. One more, really fast. That was good. Oh. Okay, so what happened there that would be very likely to happen with younger kids?
They don't understand.
They're what?
They
Yeah.
don't understand.
They're not paying attention to you over there.
Right.
I don't care what you're doing. I'm worried about myself. I'm 8 years old. I don't know what you're doing over there. It gets them to get out of their own little head and think, oh, okay, what's he going to say? What's he going to do? And they have to be able to do that on court. So just think about things like that. That's exactly what we're trying. This is a simple.
Right there. I'll scoop that up.
All right, one more point, and then we'll leave big ball. Good. Okay, keep going. You got to get it on your backhand side only. You can only get it on your backhand side. Starting now. Get it on your backhand side only. Good. Good. Backhand side. So think about that. And again, I've just changed it up on you randomly just to show you something else. What do kids do a ton of? Even adults. What do they love to line up and do? Forehands all day long. So again, make this backhand. Okay, now move around that ball. I want you to get it as a backhand. You could do it as forehands only too. So again, it depends on what your purpose is. And that's one of the things I think as a coach, we always want to think about what is our purpose. Remember how I
call out backhand when I'm there. Every one of you. Every one of you. Backhand is the weakest point. Every one of you. Backhand.
All right, let's bring it in. But case in point, right? Think about your players who don't, if you like your forehand and you move really well around it, your backhand might be left in the dirt, right? So maybe we need to work on some movement on the backhand side. So, tinker these things to your audience, what you're trying to work on. No, it's good. All right, I want to show you, and we're gonna do the foam ball warm up real quick. So I need I need one person. Ian, you want to hit with me? Somebody could hit with me. Anybody who wants to hit with me. Yeah, I'm giving you the smaller racket because you're younger. You get smaller racket. You have to move more. Yeah. So what we're going to do now is, do you remember, I know you weren't here, Neil, but we talked about how when I do curriculum development, and basically the underlying issue is player development, right? Taking a player from rocks, which I think was part of our name, to Rockstar, right? Where they don't have a lot of skills and we're going to build them up, okay? That's what we're ultimately trying to do. But sometimes that gets confusing. And so what I started out with earlier was how I learned was, wait a minute, this is what this player needs to look like. This is the player we're trying to create. What are the things, the skills, the footwork, the movement, any of that stuff that underlies these skills that we can break out and then work on them in warm up, in skill development, so that they can do some of these activities, okay? So what we're gonna do, Ian and I are gonna hit for just a minute, we're gonna hit over the net, so non-confrontational, you don't hit hard, but we're just gonna work on rallying with pretty solid strokes, good split step. I'm gonna show you what our little junior champs kids look like. So let me get a couple of these. Your balls might be a little bit more solid than mine. It's windy. We need to get a more solid ball. All right, here we go. Forehand, backhand, just in the service box. That's okay. It's just really easy. Here we go. Yeah, coming. Watch the ball. Okay, it's gone. Never mind. Sorry. So what were some of the things? So what were we doing basically? What was the activity that we were doing? Cooperative rallying, right? Consistency could also be added to that. What were some of the things that you saw in terms of the ball? The ball had top spin. Excellent observation. So the ball had top spin. What else did you see from us as players?
Readiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where'd you see the readiness? So that was your ready condition, right? As soon as you were ready to hit the ball, I split stepped, right? And then I saw, oh shoot, he's hitting it over to the forehand side. I read that, I start to take a step, right? And I'm already done sort of my unit turn at that point, if I'm an advanced player, right? And I'm starting to move to the ball. And then I see that the ball is bouncing up. So I've read the ball, I've reacted to the ball. What am I doing now? I'm the racket, I'm hitting the ball. What did I do after I hit any of my forehands? I'm recovering back to the middle and split stepping. We're just hitting down the line, so that was pretty simple there. Think about these things that underpin this. Ability to hit with some spin, ability to split step, okay, ability to read the ball. Have we done anything so far in the two activities that we've done, the obstacle course or big ball tennis, that would underpin those things? What do you think? Yeah. So think about that. So what was something we did? Ready position. Did we do anything this morning on split step so far in warm up?
No.
We had two warm up activities. We didn't.
Yellow.
Yellow, thank you. The yellow, right? So we had the yellow. We made that mandatory. That's your split step. Boom, boom, split, right? So we did that. We're putting that behind these kids from day one. Okay, so that's in there. What else did we do in this activity that's really important? So we got the split step. What else? Turn. We had the turn. Did we do anything that worked on that in warm-up? Big ball. So big ball tennis was this, right? We just said get the ball low, release it high. Well, that's part of our stroke right there, right? So we started that already as well. And we got turned. We didn't say anybody could do this. We didn't say anybody could toss the ball like this or toss the ball like that. You wouldn't be able to, especially as we did two bounces, because you're too far back and you need to have your body weight and your momentum behind that to get it over the net. So we've underpinned a little bit of that. What about moving to the ball? Did we do anything at all where we ran? Yeah, maybe through the ladder, right? You get some kids are if they don't know what else to do, they're going to run through the ladder, okay? Did we do anything that was what? After I hit the ball, what do I need to do to recover? I need to shuffle, right? Or a crossover shuffle. Did we do any of that in warm-up? Yeah, with the move the ball. Right? Remember I said you could pick up with one hand, cross it over. So, and every time you do this, there's an outside crossover step. Come back, and you could make that mandatory if your kids are a little bit more experienced. So think about that. Those activities that we did already underpin this, okay? Now, to get the kids hitting with topspin, what do you think about that? What would underpin them hitting with consistency? Because we didn't do any of that really in our warm-up, but when would we do that?
We did a little because, like, when we were jumping over the hurdles, you have to go down to go up, right?
Yeah, good.
So, and that's the top spin. You go down and then you rock.
Yeah, excellent. So we're getting a little bit of the movement that underpins it. And then what would we do? Like, we're not going to take a red ball beginner, adult, or kid and stick them in this drill, right? It's going to be a little too challenging. Yeah. So we might start out with red balls and get them rallying, right? We could do this activity, foam ball, all backhand. You know, if I wanted to pull in, and so we're going to let you all do it. So we're going to give you all a racket. We're going to give you the foam ball, so just do your best with these. There's a little bit of wind. But what I want you to do is just experience it. And I'm going to do what I did earlier. I'm going to call out some changes. Okay, so we got rackets here. There's some more rackets in there as well. Yeah, whatever. You can. Some of them are a little bit more high performance than the others. Yeah, we got some 25. So we'll go service box to service box, just down the line, forehand, backhand, whatever you want to do.
night we were using the 23-inch rackets with the adult grips.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Red ball.
Okay. No, it's cool. Yeah, the adults do well with the small rackets. They can hit quickly. All right. So yeah, hopefully you have a foam ball. Whoever you're hitting with, just a friendly rally across. What I would recommend doing, since these balls move pretty well, is be standing right around the service line. And remember, we want you to be split stepping, recovering after each shot, and otherwise keep the ball in play. Good. 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 Get that step in. Awesome. Okay, now I want you to just hit backhands for a minute. You can only hit backhands, straight ahead. Okay, no forehands. If you hit a forehand by accident, you can't get around it, go ahead and hit it. But I want you to count how many backhands you get in a row. If you have to hit a forehand because the ball gets away from you, you can hit it, but you don't get credit for it, okay? But let's see how many backhands. I'm going to give you a minute to hit. Go ahead. Keep count, keep count. All right, our quick minute is up. Hold the ball. How many did you get? 12. Good. How many did you get? Good. All right. Why did I do that? Set a time and tell you all to count to something? Yeah, that's focus. Okay? And it's something that a lot of times that doesn't happen. Just hit the ball. I mean, it's going to be slop, right? No question about it. It's just going to be sloppy. Get them to do something to a purpose, okay? We could very easily have you two now compete against each other. All right, we're going to compete now. Let's do it. I'm going to give you a minute again. You two are going to hit as many balls as you can in a row, and we're going to go flat out competition here. All right, you're going to get a point, whoever gets the highest number in a minute. You can't hit any forehands. If you hit a forehand at any point, you start over. Yep, backhands. Go. Give a point to the winner. Count. Make sure you're counting. All backhands. Work together. Yep. Work together. Yep, if you miss. All right, our minute's up. How many did you all get? How many did you all get? Highest number. Okay, so they would get the point in their column for one. And we might do another activity, okay, where we're getting points now. What started to happen once we made that competitive? Started messing up a little bit, but what else? I heard it coming from over here especially. What'd you start doing?
Step in if you got a time limit.
Yeah, so he started working with his partner and helping him. We got to get this. You'll see that from the kids. Come on, get to the ball. We got to get, so you'll start seeing the energy come up, right? And you'll start seeing this competitive, because they know they're competing against you all, but they know that they're also working together. So you get that teamwork, but then the competitive, and that's what you want to have in your practice. You know, make sure that they're always doing a little bit of competitiveness. And it could be stuff like this. It could be in warm-up, right? Just to get them playing. Now, I want to do two more things with this just to show you. You are going to now hit cross court. You can only hit your outside shot. Okay? So if you two are working together and I say your outside shot, what shot are you hitting? Yeah, your backhand to backhand. And you all are forehand to forehand. So let's give it a go. Now, what I want to see you do is when you hit that forehand, I want to see at least 2 side shuffles and a split after you hit that ball. So you can't stand there, or I'm going to take your rally number away. I'm going to put you back together. So let's start more in the middle. Remember, you're always recovering to the middle here, right? And you would be moving out, right? Because you're hitting a backhand, Neil, and you're going to go over here and hit, and then you're shuffling back to the middle. You're not going to hit each other because Henry's over here, but he's got to recover to the middle. You do too. Keep it going. Outside shot. Sorry, did I take your ball? Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Let's see the recovery. I'm going to be walking around. See if you can recover, Henry. Good. Good. Count your number. Nice. Keep recovering. Good. Love the footwork there. All right. Let's hold the balls. Highest number.
17.
Team backhand, 17. All right, good. So what could we do now? If you all did forehands and you all did backhands, what would we need to do?
What are we counting?
Number of hits.
Each one of our number hits or just
Yeah.
one hit?
So if you hit the ball, it's 1. He hits the ball, it's 2.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. Good question, though. So what would we do now? We would switch, right? Because we got to give each of you a chance to be able to hit on, outside shots. What else could we do here that we haven't done yet that would be really good for our players? Just something in this activity.
Well, we could actually all participate in the same activity.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll hit net line me, I hit cross court, he hits net line, and then he goes cross court.
Absolutely. So you guys could change your direction. You guys go down the line. You're only cross court. You want to try it? Let's play it for like 10 seconds. This side is down the line. You could only hit down the line when the ball comes to your cross court. You got to change the direction of the ball. Yep. The wind. Good try. Go ahead and hit it again. Here we go. Coming. Down the line. Good. Good. Now, call out the number of bounces your player has to hit on. Okay? When you're hitting the ball, call out the number, 1 or 2.
2.
Yeah, good. So now we've added something else in it, right? We could also do one other thing, and we could have you two hitting down the line again, and we could say you have to alternate shots. So Henry would have to hit a backhand, and then the very next ball he gets from you, SB, he would have to hit a forehand. And then he would have to hit a backhand, and he would have to get over and hit a forehand. What are you driving doing these different things? Yeah, being able to space the ball and working your footwork. And this is just foam ball. This is just foam ball in the service box. That's all it is. What could we do if we wanted to make a game out of this? Say what? Hit a deeper ball? So you're saying that you're going to play a game with all 4 of them, and maybe you have a line somewhere in the court, and if the ball doesn't go beyond that, they lose the point? You want it to be okay, try it. Let's see it. So he's saying that what he's saying is you have to hit the ball deeper than the service box to keep it in play, and you're going to play points. Okay? So let's have everybody move back. Yeah, see what happens. See what happens. Let's see if it's possible. Here we go. Play it out. Up, so that would be their point. Okay, new point. Okay. Who would this be a good drill for? The older kids. Why? Yeah. They can't hit the ball that hard, right? But this would be a great drill. And when I was at the JTCC, our best kids in the building did something like this. They did it for racket head acceleration. They were trying to keep the ball beyond the service line. They took one of these foam balls that became about this big after about 15 minutes. I mean, they were beating the daylights out of this ball. But that's a racket head acceleration drill. Okay? So it's a great drill, different audience. Again, so think about how you can come up with so much stuff on this. But this is what our kids did every night. And that's why their footwork was good. Could you play a game where you're playing doubles against these guys? How many of you know the game Dingles? Dingles? One ball live? You two, so you're a team. We'll do it real fast and you can see it. We'll do it later on. You'll see it again. But you have a foam ball. You have to start behind the service line. Again, the service boxes are your court. You're a team. You're a team. It starts out as singles, though. So, Henry, you would be hitting with SB. Ian, you would be hitting with Neil. You've got 2 balls going. They start the ball at the same time. When one of the balls goes dead, whoever misses it or recognizes that anybody can yell it out, yell the word dingle. The ball that's still being played is now a doubles point. Okay? Doubles. And the way you win 1 point is you got to win the singles and the doubles. Let's play a couple points and you'll see how it goes. All right, ready? You got to start from the same side. Do you have a ball? You start. You guys start. Put it in the box. Play it out down the line. Here we go. Good. Yep, Dingles. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. You guys got to call the ball. Okay, that ball was out. So the ball has to be in the service box in front of you. Let's do it again. Here we go. Dingle. Awesome, awesome. So what happened? Where was the singles point missed? Who missed the singles point? And I'm not trying to pinpoint anybody. Okay, so you meant where was the doubles point missed? On you. So they would get a point. They won both of the points, they would get a point. If you guys had lost the singles point, but won the doubles point, it would be a draw. You got to win both. That's just one way of playing scoring. But what happened here? What did you start to do in the middle of the rally? Yeah, he started to come into the net, which is cool. We could also say in the singles part, you got to stay and do ground strokes. Okay? Or we don't care and we let them do whatever they want. It depends. You got to think about what your purpose is, what you're doing this for, right? Could we do this cross court? Singles. Absolutely. Could we say that you can only hit your outside shot when you're hitting? Yeah, we could say that as well, where you guys have to hit only backhands and they hit forehands. Maybe we flip it at some point. But yeah, you could do whatever you want. But that's dingles. And again, you can take your warm-up that was hitting, turn it into a game. And dingles. It's a combination of the word singles and doubles because it starts as singles and then becomes doubles. D-I-N-G-L-E-S. Yeah, dingles. It's also known as one ball live. One ball live. The USTA loves to call it one ball live. But anyway, again, think about the things you do for your purpose, what you want to see, what your level is. Okay? Could you do this with red ball? Just red ball, not the foam ball. Absolutely. You could do it with orange. You could do it with green. You could do it with yellow ball. It doesn't matter. What you've done, though, is specify what your boundary is and where you're trying to control the ball. With foam balls, unless they're really good, generally speaking, keep it around the service line because it's hard to get it over. So yeah, so let's end that. Those were our two warm-up. Let's get some water real quick, and then we're going to move on. We're going to start creating our player. Yeah, that was good. Neil, you're over there. You can be my guinea pig. I want to show you an activity, and I'm going to do it with orange just to show it to you because this is a great orange ball activity. And I'm going to do it very slowly, and I'm going to talk a little through it and then make it simple. So come on over here so you can see me real quick. So what we're doing, Neil has no idea what we're doing. It's probably a good thing. But what we're going to do is an activity called up and back volley. Okay? This drill came from a high-performance coach who went over to Europe and picked this up, saw it being done in Belgium, and loved it and said, I'm going to teach you this. You'll love it for the kids. So I'm not going to say anything about what it does. I'm just going to show it to you. But I know you don't know it, Neil. So what's going to happen is we are going to start at the service line. We're going to do this with orange balls. You are going to feed a friendly ball to me, and you're going to try to bounce it kind of short in the box. Okay? My job is going to be to come in, hit the ball, use that ball as an approach shot, make my way to the net. I'm going to split step. Neil's going to let the ball bounce, hit me another ball, another ground stroke. I'm going to volley it. I can only volley one ball, and I have to get out of there. So once I volley, I got to get out of here. Neil is going to let my volley bounce, and you're going to come in now. So it's kind of a give and take, okay? So after I volley, I'm going to skedaddle out, okay? I'm going to hit your ball off the bounce. By that time, you're at the net. And we're going to keep going up and back. That's why it's called up and back volley. You ready? We'll do it really slow, okay? So hang on. I'm going to give you these balls. You're going to feed them to me, and I'm going to come in, and then we're going to get it going. Actually, let me get rid of, oh, they're more orange balls. All right, here we go. Okay, so thank you. What were some of the skills that are needed to do this activity? So yeah, what was one of them? You said movement. Movement of what? Where? Okay, so moving forward, what did I do moving forward? I did that, right? Yeah, I came in, did a couple walking steps and hopped through the ball. Is that beginner tennis or more advanced? It's a little bit more advanced, right? So we got to get to that stage. Then what did I do? I got up here at the net. We knew I have to volley. What did I do? Split step. Then what did I do? I stepped in and volleyed, right? We knew the rule was I had to go where? I came forward. Now what do I have to do? I got to get out of there. I can only volley once. So I had to go backwards initially, right? And what happened as soon as I recognized his ball? I started to turn that way. So again, it goes back to that read and react, right? So we're in that sending and receiving mode. I'm here. I realize, oh, shoot, forehand's coming. I'm going back, first of all, and then I realize, oh, shoot, I'm going to go like that. Okay? Is that useful footwork? Who uses that footwork? Yeah, thank you. Who uses this footwork ultimately? Everybody does at the highest level, right? So think about how this activity is starting to drive a little bit more high-level footwork movement. Initially, the kids may move back here, and it might be just like jibber-walkie, whatever. Okay, I don't think my footwork was great there, but again, you're trying to drive something along this line. Okay, as those kids get better. Think about green ball kids doing this. Think about yellow balls, kids at that level. What else happened in this activity in terms of the shots that I hit? What did I have to be able to do? I had to be able to volley, so we got to be able to volley. One of them right there. What was the other one we needed? So hopefully some topspin. We could do this as a red ball activity. There's not a whole lot. But what did I have to be able to do? Hit ground strokes, right? Forehand, backhand. Again, I didn't tell Neil, you have to hit me only a forehand or only backhand. This is an open drill. It's whatever goes. So when I get up the net, and Neil and I are both 8 years old, Neil's going to probably hit a ball up here. He's probably going to hit one that dribbles over the net. I'm going to be struggling to get the ball. Is that good or bad? That's good, right? Because that's what's going to happen. If Neil and I play a match, he's going to be hitting, he's 8 years old, ball's going to be everywhere. My balls are going to be everywhere. Coach feed is not going to help you here because the game is open, whatever goes. So let's try it again, Neil. We're going to go one more time. We're going to try to clean up our footwork. So let's see what happens. Now you know the drill. I'm going to feed it to you. You come in. Oh, sorry. All right. So again, you can start pushing the kids on wherever you want this to go. So if we were to take our player apart now, we said the kids need to be able to volley. Let's go back down to red ball. We got new kids, and we've got this in the back of our mind. This is kind of what this kid needs to look like. Got really good skills doing foam ball, can hit deeper in the court, can do an activity like this. What could be something that we could start with red ball to build some skills? Very basic. Yep. We're going to get our red balls out. We're retiring all the other balls. We're going back to red. And we'll do a little bit more of this. We're going to get a net out. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. We're going to give you guys. Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely. So we're going to make a couple little nets. We're going to play sideways now. All right? After lunch, we'll get our net out. So this is our net. So which way are we playing? We're going to play this way, right? So what are the dimensions of our sideways, our red ball court, if we were going to set it up, official court, and we're playing matches? 36. Yep, 36 by what? 36 is what? This way or sideways?
This way is 36.
Yep, good. So this way is 36. And what is, let's say, from here to here? Close. It's 18.
18, yeah.
And your perfect courts on the perfect red ball courts on this big long court is right here, what people would normally call no man's land. This is a perfect 18 feet going this way. Okay, so we're gonna play this way for now because we're gonna do some red ball stuff to create our kid from red up. Okay, so your idea I liked, that we could work on catching and I could try to catch like a volley. So we could do some catching work. That would be really good. How could we do that with some movement? If we said, okay, we like that, could we do it with movement? How could we do that? Okay, yeah, so come on over here. And we're gonna work that. Come on over here, because we're gonna try to use our red ball court. I want you to just to work in the space. And this is something that's really important, just as a side note. Try, if your players are playing red ball, honor your red ball space, right? I only showed you those activities because that was what higher level players were doing as they get older. Say an orange ball, and they would be hitting over the net, and our foam ball could be you know, even green balls, they could be orange, could be even yellow, but we were hitting over the regulation net. Now we're gonna go back to our beginner players. They don't know much, and we're gonna start to build some skills. So let's think about the volley. And you were saying catching the ball like that would be really fun. I'm gonna take it down a step, and what I'm gonna say to all of you is I want you to now use your little court. We're gonna have you two over on this side. We're gonna have you two over on this side. And Ian, you can face me real quick. I'm gonna take your racket because you don't need it. Neil, we're gonna, come on over here, everybody, just real quick. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do, and we're gonna progress it and create our little player real quick. So come on over here. I'm gonna put you all, this is hard to do. Let's put you all right here, because Ian, you gotta stay here, you're my partner. We're gonna put all of you right here facing this way, okay? I just want you to be able to see it. Come on down, Henry. I work as a coach developer, so I'm supposed to position you correctly to see me, all right? So what's gonna happen is all we're gonna do, Ian and I, we're gonna work on side shuffling, okay? And if I was the coach, I'd say, okay, I want you two to side shuffle to the net. Don't touch the net, just get close to it, come back. This is our boundary between this line and the net. Ready? Go. Let's side shuffle. Good, let's go again. What could I say when they come to the end? Without the ball yet. Once you come here, I want you to do a crossover step, okay? There's our first progression. Ready? Let's do it again. When you get to the net, you gotta cross over with the outside foot. Good. Just the outside foot, cross over, just once. Yep, good. Let's do it again. Cross over with the outside foot, good. Okay, progression on the side shuffle. What could we do? You just said it. We could, yeah, you could touch line. We could toss the ball. So we're just gonna toss the ball now. Okay, we don't have to worry about the crossover, so we're just tossing it now. Go. What could be a progression on this? Make it more challenging.
Putting the ball in the, like, catching with one hand.
Okay, put it in the other hand. Okay, here we go. What else can we do?
Catch it with two hands. Because the biggest thing I see with with players when they volley is that they're volley like this,
Yeah.
rather than volley like this.
Okay.
Right, so if you say try to catch it with two hands by your side.
Oh, like over here to your side. All right, we're gonna try it. Let's do it. Here we go. Good. And you made a suggestion earlier about what? About the volleys. What could we do now? We catch it high on the side, maybe the side you're going to or something. Here we go. And then we have to decide how we're going to toss it. Right? Are we going to toss it overhand or are we going to toss it underhand? Whatever. What else could we do? Let's add a ball. You ready? Here we go. Go. Oh! We'll do it again. And this is something your players are going to love. See how many balls you can add. You usually can get up to 3. Sometimes you can get up to 4. But let's just change. Good.
Keep over here.
What are you working on when you're doing this? Yeah, this is called complex coordination because we're doing side shuffling, which is movement, and we're doing hand-eye coordination. Do you have to do that in tennis?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so really good thing. So we could do a whole bunch of things here. We might do, to your point, smaller orange balls. If you're doing this with younger kids and their little hands, you might use an orange ball because they can catch it easier. These balls are a little bigger. Okay, but to your point, you can do whatever you want with this. We could also do, we're gonna do one ball and you're gonna hit it down with your hand and we're gonna move. You ready? Go. Yeah, I didn't say anything to him, and what did he start doing? He was changing hands. He was doing whatever the ball came, he was just hitting it, right? So again, whatever you're trying to do, but just think about these. It's a very basic activity. What are you trying to do, okay? So I want to show you really quick. We're almost over time. This is perfect. So what I want to show you, and I want you to do this. This is my all-time favorite activity. This is a big racket. We're going to get some smaller rackets. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple small ones. All right. So I want you to watch this. This is something that I do with kids and adults as quickly as I can. The kids are going to have a ball. And I'm going to show you the activity, and we're going to regress it, and then we're going to progress it. So when I say the word regress, what does that mean in tennis?
Take it down.
It takes it down a notch, right? They can't do it, whether it's the adults or the kids, so we're going to take it down a notch and make it easier for them. What would be the opposite of regression? Progression, right? We're going to make it challenging, and we just did that. When we started doing all that movement stuff, we progressed it. So what we're going to do now, this is what I call the alley rally. It's a red ball activity. I realize that the red ball kids don't have an alley, but the name always worked, so it's stuck. So this is called the alley rally. Our goal now is to tap the ball back and forth. We're going to get sideways. Remember how we did big ball tennis and we were always sideways to the ball? Wherever the ball comes, we're just going to bump it back with our racket, okay? So we're going to try to keep it in control, just back and forth. Here we go. Eye height. Good. 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 So what did you see there? Yeah. Yeah. So all of this has movement attached to it. This is what we want. So this is one of the things the kids do from the get-go. What would be something we do with this activity alone, just bumping the ball back and forth and cooperating and keeping control of the ball? What would be the next thing we could do in terms of progression? What do you think? Keeping the same activity.
I would say hit one with the racket and catch that one with your hand.
You could, but let's say we want to stay with hitting. We got these kids hitting. What could be the next thing we do as a progression? You're 2 steps ahead, but you're on the right track. What would be the next thing we could do? We're good in this space.
Forehand and backhand?
Yeah, okay, you could say alternate. Forehand, backhand.
Back up.
Yeah, back up. Take a step back. And now we're going to do the same thing, keeping it in a rally. Okay? All right. What could be the next thing we do off this? Keep going, right? We could keep going, right? So if we were hitting over our net, let's just say, okay, we're good in that space. We're going to hit over the net. We say, okay, your number's 5. I could say to you all, your number's 5. Your number's 5, Neil, with your partner. Get 5 balls here. Each take a step back. Hit this difference. Now hit back again. When you come back to here, you go back in, but your number goes up by 1. So if we get 5 here and we take a step in, we have to hit 6 here. Okay? If we get 6 here, we have to hit 7 here, and we keep going up in number. That's what we call the accordion rally. Okay? Why is space important in terms of red ball? Accordion rally. Like, you know how an accordion goes out and comes back in? We call that accordion rally. And why would that be good? Keep them on depth. What else could we be doing this? Could we do this all forehands? Could we do this all backhands? Could we do it alternate forehands? Yes. Could we add volleys? Yes. So come on back. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to rally to 5. When we get 5, we're going to keep the ball in the air. Just tap, the same tap. Okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to keep it in the air now. Go. Keep it in the air. Keep it in the air now. Keep it in the air. Keep going. See how we can keep it in the air. Good. So what's going to happen if you do this with less experienced players? What will happen? The ball's going to go around. It's going to be hit too hard. Some of them might bounce. Some might be high. Some might be low. Are you going to yell at the kids and say, what are you doing, or what are you going to do? Let them go. Let them go for a while. And say to them, hey, how are you going to get to that ball? If he hits that really short one, what do you have to do? You have to move in, right? If the kids will say, oh, yeah, I needed to move my feet or something, right? But let them do it. We do this with our kids all the time, and I swear on my soul, you'll see the kids going around in a circle. No joke, because they're trying to save the ball, and they'll be like this, and they're just, that's their goal, is to keep the ball in the air, and I swear they start going around circles. Who cares, though? They're controlling the ball, okay? So if we started to that point now, and we could do this, and I'm going to push you over there. We're going to play a game real quick. You're all going to be the game before we break for lunch. We'll do it for like a minute, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to do something called mini tennis singles, okay? So what's going to happen, we're going to have two partners. So let's say, Ian, you're with Henry, and Neil, I'm going to put you with SB. You're going to stand across from each other. You're going to have a red ball. Hang on. And you're just going to rally baseline to baseline. So you all are going to be back. Your goal is to try to get the ball over our net, keep it in play, singles down the line. All right, where are we hitting? Down the line. Is it cooperative or competitive? It's cooperative. Just go. Baseline to baseline. Here we go. Good. I like that consistency. Good. Get under the ball. Good. Good. Now I want SB, you and Ian, you're going to go into the net. You're going to volley. The rest of you are staying back. So volley to ground stroke. Let's keep the ball cooperative. Go ahead. Step in. Good. Work your feet. Love the different shots. Good. Okay, Ian's side, you're going to go back now. And the other team is coming in. Coming in to volley. Nice. Let's see some split steps. I want to see the footwork. Every volley, every hit is a split step. Good. Now I want both teams up at the net, volleying cooperatively. See who can get the biggest number up there. Stepping in. Good. Awesome. Keep that split step. Love that. Nice job, you guys. Neil and SB. Good. All right. Pause. Give your partner a high five and say, hey, we mastered mini tennis singles. So think of this as the abridged version. This is a starter version of what? What other warm-up did we do earlier on that had hitting?
Can't call the proper name.
The foam ball, and we even did the up and back volley, right? This would be sitting at a lower level red. This is your build-up to those, okay? Because again, the first one we had ground strokes, right? We were working on all sorts of ground strokes, footwork. This, you could drive the footwork in multiple different ways, because I could say you have to alternate shots. We would drive footwork. I could say you have to hit, only your outside shot wherever it is. You have to backhands and forehands or alternate, whatever. And then we're adding the volleys in. And we had the volleys in up and back volley. But think about this as a really basic version. And your accordion rally is going to help you know where their shot tolerance lies, right? Because you might have players, like Neil and I might be hitting, and Neil and I can hit this distance, and we can hit this distance, but boy, if we get to this distance, it's over. So we need to spend a little bit more time in a shorter distance, get our skills up before we move back. And that's what we call the progression of the stroke. Okay, so awesome job. I know we threw a lot out there, but we're building our player, right? We're building that $6 million man. All right, or woman. So good job. And I think we're on time for lunch.